Like, what is it that Sharif Cooper hasn't done that I can say he should do to say he's done it all?
He won that championship. That was it.
Everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot in assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Right.
So why is it when I feel like he's the best? Every time I watch I feel like I'm seeing something. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna, maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again. It's the Love of the Game podcast, man. We in the building. We here. We in this thing. It's Thursday night. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all should be able to tell by the background who the guest is. Here we go.
Hey, yo.
Hey, listen, man. We got to tell the audience that don't nothing move and shake in Georgia without us bringing it to them and letting them know what time it is, man.
Yes, sir. They should know that.
Hey, I love this, man. Hey, listen, Dr. Love, whenever we late, you got the best stories about when we late.
He said I'm drunk.
He said my dog got drunk.
Yeah, he said my dog late because the dog drunk.
Hey, I just sent Locke one of the best silhouette challenges I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yo, I'm so glad I could finally put my red light to use when company comes over.
Hey, listen, Black women are saving 2021. They saw 2021 looking bad. We were struggling, and then Black women came to the rescue and decided to save all 2021. God bless y'all, man.
Yes, God bless.
Hey, so I want to do some quick announcements real quick before we get into it. For everybody that is currently listening to the show, watching the show on Twitter, the first thing is that Twitter is killing the or sunsetting the Periscope platform. So what that means is that's not our decision, that's Twitter's decision, but we will not be able to broadcast live after March. The end of March, they're going to sunset that platform. So if you're watching us on Twitter right now, jump over to YouTube, go to the Love of the Game podcast in the YouTube search, find our channel, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you locked in. Turn your notifications on. Once you subscribe on YouTube, every time we go live, you ain't even got to worry about timing it. You'll get the notification right to your phone. You'll be like Dr. Love, and you can make fun of us about whenever we late and make up stories about why we not here on time. But that's number one. Second, to all of our new watchers on Twitch, man, we appreciate y'all jumping on. I've been seeing everybody come on Twitch, man. I appreciate y'all. This is I'm gonna say what it is. We are the best grassroots basketball podcast in the country. Point blank, period. We ain't making no bones about it. So when it comes to grassroots basketball, if you don't understand what that is, high school basketball, AAU basketball, we telling you who the next stars are, right? But we are Georgia-centric. Why wouldn't we be Georgia-centric? Because if you don't know, Georgia has the best grassroots basketball in the country. And we got numbers to prove that. So try us if you want to.
I just look at the post I made today at Willard versus Pepperbrook game. That was crazy. It was like before COVID.
Yes.
Like, come on, man. Hey, I haven't seen any gym like that.
Largest crowds, best facilities, best trainers, best coaches, best media. Shout out to SUV TV, best live streaming. We just all around. It's the best basketball you're gonna get. So why not be Georgia-centric? Although we show love to everybody when the love is due, we give everybody they just do. But tonight, man, we normally do sucker-free Sundays, And that's when we bring y'all our best guests. But we decided to pull up on a Thursday night. Ain't no suckers in our circle, even on a Thursday night.
Yes,
we had to
sir.
bring y'all the best. A couple weeks ago, we started talking about what it means to be an independent team in the state of Georgia, and that there were some mergers, there was a lot of movement, a lot of things going on, and we didn't know. And we were quick to tell y'all, hey, we don't know. Here's what we think may be happening. Here's this scenario might be happening. That scenario might be happening. Why not go to the source? We don't know what's going on.
Go to the plug. Not the middleman. Go to the plug.
No 285. Straight down the road.
Hey, we went to the plug. So we brought the plug right onto the show. We got Coach Demond Stevens on the show. From Team Dickerson.
Be on here, bro. Really.
Man, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Demond, you been around for a minute. You was on the move. We was just doing the phone calls.
Yeah. Was that one of y'all first ones?
One of our better shows, too, if I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
That was a great show, man. That was fun, and we had a lot of good topics, bro. I mean, Huff, you gotta understand, Huff is my guy. You know, that's a 12-year relationship. We made Alpharetta cool. It's cool to be there. Negroes, they helped Lawrenceville. We just said, you're.
Hey, you know what I say? Hey, man, some people ride the wave and others create it. Y'all created the wave.
It's enough water to go around.
I don't even think people knew about Alpharetta until St. Francis.
Oh, they had no clue. When I moved here, my boy's like, you moving to the sticks. I said, that's why you left the hood. That was the plan. To get to the sticks. I'm cool. I don't go nowhere to the gym and home.
No doubt. They but that was, we're gonna have to dig in the crates and go get the audio from that first show when we had you on, because you was dropping some gems, man. You was giving us some magic. You was talking about how to create pros, how to really, establish some things out here. And for people that don't know your resume, we'll get into that. But you would know.
I believe in, bro, is collaborating, meeting people, learning from other people. I mean, your ego should be out the way at 45, 35. You should be able to take advice, give advice. And the more you soak up, the more your kids soak up. Let your kids train with people. Somebody everywhere got something you don't know that can help your kids train. And I think a lot of that people be worried about guys double trying to, I don't know. I just tell parents, hey, we're a small boutique program. And if you leave, you leave. There's another kid I can help. It's not even worth all the other stuff. I don't got enough shoes to give out. I don't have any shoes. I'm working on trying to get some shoes right now. Anybody got some shoes?
Hey, let's start with that though, Demond. Let's start with Team Dickerson. For people who don't know, you are the man for the Team Dickerson Celtics. Please tell us, educate us about Team Dickerson, the organization, the players y'all have had, and some of the history behind that.
Well, you got to start with, I was saying, I got here in 2001. I moved to Georgia. My uncle said, yo, go meet Wallace Prather, Bo Bells, or he said Outlaw. And I met Bo first at Swanee, and I was with Bo till he left the Stars, and I met Horace, all of them the same time. And Dick, all the same time with Team Georgia. So when I first got here, I met all the right people. And I just took my time. And once me and Coach Dick linked up 15, 18 years ago, to me, it's like I don't need to do anything else. He's a great dude. Rest in peace. And to me, everybody's not going to like you if you're doing anything that's halfway good. Some going to like you, some not. So I just believe in one thing. The truth, I give you the truth and it goes bad, my bad. If I give you the truth, it goes right. Thank you. I'm not going to tell you anything that I can't try to do. That's all. We've been around a minute, though. People don't know. We started Team Dickerson in 2004. We just remember Lorenzo. We was purple and gold. We was purple and white with TD. That was with Lorenzo and them. So it's just, but we joined the Celtics, so it kind of went away,
Right. So help us understand that, because we were having conversations trying to figure out, is Team Dickerson independent?
We're independent, but you got to understand, like, all right, let's say you let's put it in terms most people don't hear probably know music terms, right? Let's say you sign with Def Jam, right? Number one rap label in the world. You give them 11 platinum albums. And then you say, yo, I want to have my own label. And Julio and Carl said, go, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you done what you're supposed to do. You don't backdoor. You say, yo, my man, I love what we've done. I want to try something else. God bless. You know what I mean? So out of respect, you know, we ran with Team Dickerson. They said we was cool with using the Celtics. I literally asked. I don't have no ego. I said, yo, can I use the Celtics name? Is it okay? And they was like, yeah, straight up. So we're 100% independent, but we push the Celtics because that's what gave us the platform. You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z ain't gonna diss Russell Simmons. You got, hey, I gave you albums, buddy. I get you videos. I had you on the road. You know what I mean? So a lot of things that I have now, you got to think came from the gauntlet, the whatever was before that, the uprising. What I'm saying is when all those things are around, now that they're gone, but it was still love. It was never, hey, Damon, you can't do this. Hey, you and Dick can't do that. I mean, I don't think Julio or Carl ever bothered us. They said, yo, show up and show out. You know what I mean? If y'all do that, we're going to leave you alone. So we did it. But it's out of a lot of respect. You know what I mean?
Got you. So y'all, it's a shared friendship. That relationship continues, but you guys are fully
independent, bro. Me and my brother Bobby last year, whatever was funded was me and him and a couple friends of the family. You know what I mean? But the supporters don't. You know, you got to understand. I always tell people, you ain't try. I'm gonna try to get something from somebody when they're already doing something. They got a lot of people they already helping. One thing Julio is straight up, bro. I tell people he's gonna under-promise and over-deliver. I love that. I might, and then bam. You know what I mean? So you gotta respect.
Hey, I like it.
I love it.
So we're 100% independent, just like any other independent program. We just had a little history, long-term history with some people, and they be having a little bit of the name. You know what I'm saying? My son didn't do bad for the Celtics. He gave him McDowell's All-American. He gave him NBA, so that's not a bad deal. You know what I mean?
No, for real.
For sure. That so and there are a lot of people outside of Georgia.
Hey, hold on, I don't mean to cut you off.
Man,
I got in a lot of arguments with your son and Al Tariq. I got in
his whole life. Understand this now.
Mm-hmm.
Al Tariq, his whole life, him and Raven. Al Tariq didn't leave until the team just got so crowded, and he was too much of a star to be a backup to anyone. And life goes, and Al Tariq wasn't no punk about it. He said, yo, y'all, I need my show. Bless. And he went and killed. So it's a respect thing. And him and Al Tariq got they 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th together. I hate when parents say, how many point guards you got? I got ball players, bro. If you that scared, then you need to don't even show up. You're already nervous. And that team was loaded with 4 starting point guards. Aaron Augustine, Tristan Thompson at Alabama, Al Tariq, Kobe. I mean, that team just had guards for days. So if you can't compete, colleges got guards for days. It's a lot of 6'4" and under people. So it's just going to be a tough situation.
So, Coach, we were talking, a lot of people may not, outside the state, may not understand what it means to be an independent program and the pride that comes with that, because outside of the state, if you ain't a shoe team, you ain't hitting on nothing outside of the state of Georgia. Right. Georgia independent teams compete with and beat shoe teams here in the state. But talk about that a little bit.
There's just so much talent. That's not a knock on the shoe team. All right, let's say you got Matt Cleveland, right? You got, what's my man went from Ant-Man a year ago.
Yeah.
So, but you can't tell me the kid on the independent team, what's his name out of Florida State, about to get drafted. He played with
Belsel.
Yeah, he played with my man in Gwinnett.
AJ Boye.
Bro.
Tornadoes,
for people to worry about all that. So I tell people it's not a knock on the shoe team if you lose to it. What is that? Right. You're just recruiting players like me. So I don't take it as a knock on my belt or a notch on my belt. I don't care. If all your kids go to college and all mine did, then we all winning. You know? But it's just a difference in some people, but some people different, some ain't. I mean, I love the independent circuit. I mean, it's a great situation because I can control I might not need a kid to be seen in Texas. I might need to take my next 3 kids that don't have offers to South Carolina because I'm talking to the coach. And I can directly control that without pissing nobody off. You know what I mean? And that's my biggest thing. I want to go 8 for 8, 9 for 9. Every time I bring you, I want to fulfill my promise to the best of my ability. And that may not be doing the EYBL. That may not be doing Under Armour, you know. But it's not a knock on them things. Because I did them well now. Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, you keep a set of killers, coach. You keep a set of killers.
But I don't find them in 11th grade. Because I don't. Here's my issue. I'm a Marine boxer, basketball player from Dayton, Cincinnati, just like West End Atlanta. What I mean by that is, if you new to me and you 17, you probably not gonna like me. And your mom and daddy probably not gonna like me. My wife literally briefs everybody each workout like this Saturday. She'll be there before it starts. He is hands-on with his 5th grade daughter. He may not be for your child. And so I'm cool with that though. I only need 30 kids on 3 teams. 10, 10, 10.
Coach, let's talk about that too, because you do. I watched you a good bit last year. That was one thing about COVID and getting a chance to sit down. At least for me, I got a chance to watch a lot of teams that I would have been busy coaching and wouldn't necessarily had a chance to watch as closely. Right? You coach hard.
Hey, I tell people I've been around Horace, who's an X and O guy, but
one of the best.
Big bro will lose his mind. So then I've been around Dick, who's the motivator of unheard of. And so I always try to blend they two together when I need to, you know what I mean? That's just what I do. My brother Bobby is a pen with the basketball. Him and I had a lot of great guys. Like Greg got a great pen with the Celtics. That's what they do. They got a great pen. Like, you know what I mean? Some people, I got you, D. No ego. Let's win the game, bro. What we running? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. People really, if you're going to have assistants, let them do what you don't do well. You know? So we coach them hard, bro. And that's real. And some parents don't like it.
I feel like y'all did a great job, though, of being demanding, but also letting guys play.
It's an easy rule, Dre. I got a Reggie Revels, my coach. I just hung up with my high school coach today. All right, I'm 48. I hung up with my high school coach today. He's still coaching a high school right now. And his rule is this: CCP in Cincinnati, he got a dog in the 9th grade. But here's his rule: if you could touch the backboard, that equals 2 rebounds a game. And if you damn dunking anything, you better get 4 and change. So what that's going to force you to do is give me an effort. And if you're not going to give me that effort, just come on out. Because the dude over here dying to get them minutes. So if you're not going to rebound, then you're not playing hard. And it's a mentality thing. Just play hard on defense. You can shoot the ball off the side of the backboard. You might want to pull up from half court, Matt Davis, and it might go in, it may not. I ain't tripping because it's been going in. It's not going to be. And so to me, the more freedom I give them on offense, they're better at their high school next year. And the more I hold them accountable on defense, they're better in college. Because in college, you better defend. I don't care, NAI, D3, whatever. If you can't stop the guy that look like you, you're not playing. Because somebody's job's on the line.
Facts.
That makes me think of something really interesting. So you got a really interesting background. Because you've been here and coaching at the level you've been coaching at for so long, you also have a lot of great relationships with the high schools and with high school coaches.
Right.
I feel like we got this gap between high school and AAU with some coaches, not with all,
but it is
just with some, and there's like a respect level difference, or something in the air between high school. Help me understand that. And
the first thing you said there is this: I'm not from here, so you got to remember, I didn't go to Alpharetta, I didn't go to Marietta. You got dudes who've been here their whole life, bro. Atlanta, a place when you born here, you stay here because you can get from a West End house to a Bentley. You know what I mean? So these dudes been here a long time. In Cincinnati and Dayton, where you at, you got to get up out to do something. So we don't have, it's a lot of long-term issues been here. And basketball bring a lot of garbage in the mix. So these dudes got history. I don't have it, and I never want it. Like, I don't want to join your gang. Nope, because now I can't go over there. I can't go over there. I don't know part of your issue. So whatever that issue is, I don't want it. And that keeps my relationships right, because in the end, if we all just helping kids go to school, help them get to the league, or whatever they want to do, be a doctor, be a coach. Like my nephew's a coach at Elon, played at Auburn. That's his passion. He didn't want to play no more. Then we should be able to get over whatever the old issues are. But basketball bring them. You know, competition is they bring. I don't like dudes. They ain't never even had a game. I don't need that. I try not to, you know. So beat me. I beat you. Tomorrow we play again. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But insecurities with high school coaches. They're major insecure. Then AAU coaches, some are too. You got to understand, high school coaches down here be so nervous. But I be like, look, if you coach your kids the right way and give them what they should get, you can't coach like it's 72, 82, 92, or 2002.
But I said,
we're 2021. Some dudes can transcend, and then some dudes fall off. You got to be able to transcend and figure out how you stay you, but connect with this guy. You know what I mean? These kids ain't outside riding a bike, running around doing that. They're at their home. Mama dropping them up. Even the broke people got to ride. Bro. Ride. So you can't talk to this kid. It's just not. You got to, and then every kid's different. That's one thing I tell them. The only rule I got that standard is rebounding and defense. My conversation is totally different. I grab your son Hope, pull his pretty hair, and go crazy on him. But he with me every day. He understands it's out of love. You know, he eat pancakes over here. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care. And then, but his mother said, I don't care. Then I got kids who I got to coach a different way. That ain't how their mom give it up to them. And I always ask parents, how do you discipline him? Because if I'm going to be around him, my goal is for the next 3 to 4 years. How am I supposed to discipline? What do you do with him? What he don't? What he take? How does he? What makes him tick? And I may not tell the kid, I ask the parent that. But that's just me being an experienced coach. I need to know. Zach Bell is super quiet, bro. Zach Bell will say 3 words. Super quiet. Yeah. Back. Zach stayed with AJ Hopkins when he would come up here on the weekends, and Miss Hopkins, he would be like, "Yo, dude won't talk." But then you go to his friends down there, he talk all day because he just slower to get comfortable. So Derek Brown, I can't jump on Derek like he can McDowell. You know what I mean? Cameron, we'll punch each other, wrestle outside, and I don't know. We're right back in the gym on love. So everybody's coach different. And I don't care about that. I don't care what nobody say. Cam's different. Cam could go to Georgia and Duke and never bother Cam's morale. No matter what he do, Cam can take it. And then some kids can go here and take a quiet coach. So that's part of what you got to try to match too, you know.
Coach, you speaking on Cam McDowell, I felt like with all these kids changing ANU team, that was the best thing to happen all summer for him to go to Team Dickinson.
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, he was with us.
Yep. He's playing with he's playing with Dickinson. Yep.
We practice every day at St. Francis. So it wasn't no big deal. People are like, man, what you gonna do with Cam? I'm gonna do whatever I want. Every day. I've been
on high major.
I ain't got no issue with his mama. He ain't got no disrespect issue with me. I tell people all the time, man, this kid is that kid. Something's wrong for him to even think about trying you. I'm not 6'8". I'm not no gorilla. I'm not Damon Wilson, but I ain't getting tried by no child. So it's a reason they do people certain ways. They feel they can. There's no options here. You in or out.
And I remember Wes told me that man, if you don't love them, you can't lead them. And he was like, if that kid don't believe that you love them, then shit, you ain't gonna be able to tell a kid nothing. At the end of the, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the relationship ain't gonna be like that.
But that's what I tell parents.
What my OG told me.
I tell parents though, sometimes you gotta take a lower route politically to go bigger later. You know what I mean? I only got 30 kids, bro. I can every year I want to have 9, max 10 on a team. I'm gonna know all them. I know every one of them personally. I talk to my guys because this is what I understand being a kid with issues. Don't matter if you got money or not. You still can have issues. Don't matter if you broke. Some of the most put together kids in the world ain't got nothing on paper, no money, but they got this in order. Everybody has something different. And if you're a coach, you should read. I've only read 4 college books. They were psych books. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like psychology. If I was to go back to school, it'd be for that. Because I want to know what can make me better with each kid. You know, like my guy Greg over at Marist. I mean, not at Marist no more, but at Bridgeway. He's a doctor of psychology, so I study Greg a lot. You know, he always like, yo, bro, I'm in your ear, bro. I'm definitely ear hustling. I'm studying. You know, I ain't gonna worship that. I always hate when people, I see what you watching. That's okay with saying I like what dude do. I don't know why we got out of that. Like, you can't give a dude no flowers. Like the other day, D-Lane, bro, I jumped out of my seat. D-Lane is a Georgia legend. Okay? Player, trainer, game. D-Lane hit me when I didn't know him, bro. I want your kids in the game. There's no question. They're in your game. There's not you don't have to ask. Tell me the name. He's there. I didn't even know D-Lane 5 years ago, 6 years ago like that. The other day just goes on whatever, Instagram, Twitter. I was just watching and I felt this. And I had to repost it. I've never reposted nobody else. But the other people gave you kudos, but that's somebody from Georgia who like, I respect you coming down here and helping our kids. That's a secure man to even do that. Because he has relationships. That's like, that don't help us in this recruitment battle. You know what I mean? Sure. He got them calls too, I'm sure. So, but it's like, if everybody just treated each other like that, bro, we could get way ahead. You know?
I want to go back to talking about Cam McDowell. He became one of my favorite players to watch over the summer. And it looks like he has so much fun. I feel like Cam McDowell has more fun playing basketball than any other kid in Georgia that I've watched play. He looks like he's having a good time.
His spirit, if he's up or down, the kids is up or down. Like Matt was 0 for 6 one day at Lake Point. He just ran to him like, bro, just relax. Like, gave him a hug. Like, come on, I don't mind. You just blew 5 of my assists. You know what I mean? He just keeps his spirit up, and that makes it's easy to coach around him because he's halfway coaching with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a fun to coach. He's one of your favorites. Like Mufan Udofi, like, I'm a pit bull out here, coach. I don't care. I am a keep playing. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for the guy next to him not to do that. So I always try to find that. If I got some high-end shooters over here, I'm gonna find me a pit to make sure that my labs gonna fight too. I need my labs to jump in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some pits, some barbells. I need some mean dudes, but I gotta have that other guy because everything gotta be different. You know. Then there's days I heard Derrick Brown speak who don't speak. There you go. We wilding out. The most quiet, you know what I mean? And then next thing, everything. So I try to build a team, and I can't have 8 super high majors who all play the wing. You can't have 9 7-footers. And I've seen teams do it every single year. Then we go March, April, and then May their team explode.
All the time.
You can't take everybody. Even if you can get them, it's not going to finish that way. So what's the point?
Hey, you free agency. We see it every year.
Every year. After their first 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
So you keep your numbers at about 8.
Uh-huh.
Like April 5th, it's okay. All them mad. I'm looking in my inbox. He mad.
So coach, let's get to it. You love to keep the numbers 8 or 9, 30 kids in the organization.
High school, yep. So we started a little makeup 7th grade young team, but they just a young developmental team right now.
Okay. We see a tweet. Believe the hype. Partnership with Team Dickerson and Hype Hawks. And we talking on the podcast about mergers. Oh man, I don't know.
I want to know what's the name of the team.
Hey, y'all was on at that time, right?
We was on. Y'all posted it like an hour before we went on the show.
I just don't have a degree. I look stupid. I just don't have it. I don't look like the smartest guy, but I can still strategize. I am a Marine. I came home though, So I can do some little strategies.
It broke right as we was going on the show.
And that's he said, wait, just wait. I said, you're right, it is today. But that was spontaneous, bro. Me and E were sitting down, brilliant businessman. We was talking about some things, other stuff, like at the school Bridgeway with me, him and Greg at Valor now, pretty soon, Legacy. And I was like, look, E, so serious with you. You've done such an incredible job because he built that fast without being around 12, 15, 20 years like I've been around. You know what I mean? So you got to give a man credit for that. He built up one of the biggest hyped kids in Georgia over the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and I said, bro, you have one team and a great coach. I love young AD. Beautiful young guy. I love him. Just come here, man. And then we're already doing all this business together. You do more of the business. I'm more of the basketball. He's like, bro, I'm so glad you asked me. And I said, that was it. It wasn't no big deal. It wasn't no, we together, bro, because it's not that hard when I don't have time to do this. He don't have time to do that. But we both trustworthy dudes, and we've been working together behind the scenes for 6 months. Nobody knew up here at Bridgeway. Because you don't tell them until it's open. Till you go down and be part of their house with some 9th, 10th graders and George Pritchard animal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now people should know where we at up here. Just another one in Alpharetta. You got Pisgah in Alpharetta. St. Francis in Alpharetta. It's a little better in Loretta, you know?
So what how is that gonna look? Like Locke said,
we just
the name of the team
has changed. This is what you will see in basketball. Team Dickerson. Period. Okay. We're rocking our same unis. We rock the same unis. I'm gonna help AD find what he need for that team. Because for me, that team need to be loaded too. And it's just that many kids. So we're gonna make that team. That team might beat my team. You think I care? No. You know what I'm saying? So next year won't be 2 teams. That's a team he already has. So for next year, AD is going to go down and take one of the young teams and stay with me. And then what me and Everett is doing is like some high-end business. Like we're starting the hype prep league. We're going to have a whole league for prep teams. Like, I mean, we've already been in works with Sean the Don. We're working, and that'll be soon. And you know what I mean? So, but that's still hype and me together because the league is hype. The basketball is this. So it could be hype basketball league, and we just hosted team, but there's no insecurities again. I love it. There's no insecurities, bro. We're gonna work this together. We just finalized all our paperwork 3 days with the state. Everything's done.
I love it. I love it. What let's get to it then, man. Let's talk about the Team Dickerson prep. The announcements kept rolling. Y'all dropped one, and you everything cooled down for a second. You dropped another one. Let's go.
My man Ryan Miller, he at TCU. He called me like, bro, it's a problem. I said, I know, because I didn't want to. I wanted to do it last year, but if I didn't have my own building, my own gym, what I mean by my own, like Everett and Greg, we're all together, so we're in there together. Like, so I can have full-time training. Yvonne Hawkins, she's running the academic side. We have 4 different virtual schools for the kids to use, all accredited from kids going to MIT and everywhere. So that's not an issue with the academics, unless you come here with that issue and you're not coming. I'm cool. Because if you've already been lazy, that's who you are. If you've been at home lazy with your mother begging you to do your work, what you going to do with me at some house?
Yeah.
I mean, just real talk. And then people say, oh, I can change. Well, change before you get here. I done had 2 calls. I said, I need your core GPA. It has to be 2.7. If it's not 2.7, there's a lot of prep schools that'll take you and you end up in JUCO. Not a knock, but you probably could have went to JUCO already.
Yes.
If you come to me with only NIA interest and you end up going to NIA, I should have already had you working on your degree. So if there's nothing I can advance for you, then I'm not taking 9 months of your life so you don't waste time. You know, so
time and money.
Period. Why even do it? And then it's a relationship. Oh man, you had the kid. The kid did everything right in basketball, but the kid's carrying a 2.3. You better be Shaquille O'Neal, bro. You better. I mean, it's just hard to sell that. I'm talking. Yeah. So our whole thing, that 2 point, really, like Everett and Vaughn said, it could be a 2.5, 2.6 if they have the right grades and things. I said, well, y'all handle that. I'm just scared of that 2.2, 2.3 because that's an issue with a habit. You know what I mean? So that and at 18 and 17 and 19, like I said, it's hard to meet a kid this late, right? And try to change everything he's into at 18. All I want to know is you got at least a 2.5, really a 2.7 for me. Then that means you have enough habits for me to help you. And we're gonna be able to watch you. I already know your basketball. I got 96 calls already.
What's y'all schedule gonna look like? Y'all gonna be national schedule? Y'all
we're gonna do national, everything here in Georgia, like everything with TSF, everything with Middle Georgia Prep, everything with the Rock, everything South Carolina. We're gonna do everything in the region. Then we're gonna host probably one event a month, right here at our own situation. I'm definitely gonna involve some SUV with that, and we'll probably play about 30 games.
So y'all just gonna play 30 games?
Here's my thing. Now, if it turns into more, it do. Because let's say 2 kids leave in January, they going on to college, and now we need to do a little more. It's just my whole thing is to know that we have a format for at least 30 games.
30 games. Okay.
I mean, a high school team play what, 30? Maybe some of these
30, yeah.
Yeah, but I just know that the more the work, like what Robbie, my nephew, is doing over at TSF is a blessing. I mean, Coach Rob, he's grown. I can't help get out of the Robbie, but that's a win. You know what I mean? I give you 60 games, but if it takes 60 games and we're not getting no interest, it's something else wrong. I mean, what are we're gonna play 82 games? I'm not paying you. So, I try to handpick guys who want to learn the way I want to teach them. And for his position, does he get it enough for me to help advance it? You know what I mean? It's just different.
So, Coach, will y'all be prep and post grad or just pure prep?
No, we'll be 5th year and 4th year kids. Regular seniors and 5th year.
Regular seniors and 5th year kids. Okay, cool. Yeah. Gotcha.
That is it. And it's only going to be about 11 on there because I know I'm going to lose some in January. Like Matt left early this year on Robbie. Robbie didn't plan that, but the coach and Robbie understood it. Coach said we need him up here to get him right for his next year. So he left. You know what I mean? That happens. That's a success.
That makes sense. Yeah, but that's what you want.
That's what you want. He came here to go to college, right? So
Coach, you basically ain't trying to. If a kid already has JUCO offers, you ain't trying to just send him there, bring him to your prep school, and send him back to JUCO.
What do we do that for? Like we got a beautiful house. We already scoped for. We got a retired logistics man that's going to be there. We got a cook. I got a friend of mine, Kaiser Gates, Necia Gates. He's a high-end cook. His mom, like, what are they called? Dietitian, whatever that is.
Yeah, dietitian.
Then I got a guy, Pernell. He's out here. I wish I don't have all the information, but I'll get it to them later. He helps me. So we got a little base, but we're not going to have a lot. So we don't have to have a big team. Again, boutique. Again, I want to be the smallest, high-end. Like if you come in here, you buying an $8,000 bag. You know what I mean? That's what I want my shop to look like. Just a high-end boutique. It's not a cow factory. It's not a football farm where it's 80 people. But you see these 28, they nice. And we roll in the box with whoever.
Gotcha.
Oh, is Zach Bell going to be on that team?
He's a young boy. He's young. You talking about really 17 for about 70 days now? And Coach D, a great coach down there. My brother-in-law, Tony Matthews, them dudes are blessed. They doing a good job down there in Grovetown, bro. Doing a great job. I enjoy
watching them, man.
Got another one coming up out of there. D just gave me. Ooh, Jesus. Like, but that's a relationship. You know what I mean? I'm still mad at him for beating us at Aquinas. Still mad at him.
Oh, yeah. In the state. Yeah.
Most people don't know, and you dropped the gem right there because most people don't know how young Zach Bell is. People didn't realize that Zach Bell was that young.
Yeah.
Like you said, 17 for 70 days.
Yeah, he's one of them kids that I guess in 2nd grade can sit still and they moved him up. You know how they do. Oh, he's smart. No, he sat still. He is smart, but what I mean, you know how they do you. Hey, man, you got a genius. He's a good student, great kid. He'd be on the AAU team. He'd be at the prep. Derek Brown, the AAU, the prep. You know what I'm saying? AJ Hopkins, because he had a terrible injury. Just was killing last summer. His ACL, he's almost back. And I'm going to hold the other one.
Because a lot of these post-grad coaches probably watching. If they're not watching, they're going to go back and rewatch it because they want to see what you got going on.
Yeah, and they can call them kids, and them kids going to say, call my coach. It's a different it's a different relation. It's a boutique.
got people asking for matchups already. Team Dickinson Prep versus Hargrave Military Academy. Matchup already.
Didn't Terry Rozier go to Hargrave?
Correct.
Didn't Lorenzo Brown go to Hargrave?
Yeah.
I know Hargrave real well too. God bless. I love that game. I love it. Get drugged. That's a national drag me because there's still coaches is watching. They don't care.
That's all that matters.
They want to showcase one. It's a boxing with a teammate with you. It's an individual contract to go to college. Go get your head busted by the best so your kids get seen. Like, what is you scared of? Nobody know your record no more. Nobody know I won. What's that? Houston Kingwood Classic. Y'all, people don't remember that. That was the biggest thing ever. Nobody remember that. I won that. Yep. What's that? LeBron James. I won that. Yep. Gauntlet. Won that. Like, nobody knows. Nobody knows that's a big silver championship ball from Adidas Gauntlet. Don't nobody care either. It's over with. They just know on Saturday morning, I got 16 channels up here watching players play. Me and my daughter. That's all I care about. Baby, there go Caleb. There go Davion, DeJuan, Kaiser, Kobe, Jordan. That's fun to me.
So, Coach, since you on here right now, and my good friend, my assistant Locke is above you in his cane shirt.
Yeah, I see him. He rocking.
I think we're gonna have to set up this boxing match. I think we're gonna have to set up the pay-per-view for him and give these people what they want to see.
We gotta play, man.
We getting the Canes versus Team Dickinson?
Easy, bro. We can do it. I'd rather do it. Culture. This is what I'd rather do. I'd rather have 4 teams and do round robin every weekend with SUV and my coach Wash commentating, him and Huff, and we bang each other out every weekend. Guess who's not going to log on? College coaches. They don't care if we played each other yesterday. They're going to log on every single time that we play. I'm winning. If I go 0-4 or 4-0 or 2-2, every kid rocking with me won. Can't be a closet champ, bro. If you're a closet champ, you ain't fighting.
And I think, and we have this conversation all the time about why, like, AAU coaches or spring and summer coaches tend to have those kids, those relationships, and those kids go on to do well, is because of what you're saying right now. We are about allowing the kid. We're okay if we lose, but we want to see something out of those kids that allows them to get to the next level, that allows them to be prepared for the next level. So, and I think that's that part of that bridge that we miss, that we don't get with those high school coaches sometimes. So everything you're saying right here, I think that's a lot of the same sentiments across the board.
Coaches don't even call college coaches no more, bro.
Facts. They don't even have a relationship with college coaches.
They don't even know them. They ain't even got a book of them. And I tell parents, you do your homework on the girl he dating, the boy she dating. You do your homework on all these things. But you just go pick a situation just because it's the prettiest. And that dude he ain't dealt with no college coach in years or ever. You know what I'm saying? So do your homework. You have to do your homework. You know what I mean? I told a parent the other day, she said, well, you're an independent program. What if they bring back Under Armour and the EYBL and the Gauntlet? I said, they're going to go play. If people going to go play on it, they're going to go play. I'm going to be right here doing what I do.
Right.
You know, but like I told her, if you're making a basketball choice, I'm hard to lose. It's hard for me to lose. Because if I just go pound for pound and give you these 55 mamas numbers, and some of them is from 2001, call her. Ask if I just checked on Ron Moye babies, my man, with both. Ask him, like, because these my kids for life. That's why I can't have 50 people. My wife will go crazy. You got 8,000 people because I don't know how to not give everything that I can give them. You know, and that's one reason I fell in love with her. Dude was driving Jordan Burroughs to JUCOs to meet people. Jordan Burroughs never played for St. Francis. Put him in the car, took 3-hour drives around the different colleges to help Jordan. Why? It's just in him. So that's what parents got to find that. If you get that feeling from a guy, he ain't gonna be 99% right. But if I always ask a parent, if I'm giving you 83% and it's working, can you help me with that other 17? It's hard for me to be 99.9, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard. And I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna blow a game and I'm gonna win a game. Your son gonna blow a game. He gonna win a game. can we all get over that moment and say, hey, we all right? You know, nobody's all right no more. That's why people dying over fist fights. Nobody can walk around with a black eye. Then the biggest word I teach my daughters insecurities. You have to figure out yours and fight them. Because that will have you screwed up out here for a long time in life. And we should be able to fight. Man, you should be able to play every day and then go drink and laugh about it. Be like, yo, I got you today. And you be like, yo, I don't care, bro. I see you.
Exactly, yeah.
I think like for people that are coaches and are like in the mix or in the conversation, in this discussion, in the know, play every weekend. I think for the most part, well, at least I can talk for myself. Like that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the group.
Never called a coach. I never called the director, say who I'm playing.
Yeah.
My parents,
yeah.
like, you see the schedule? No. I ain't look.
After the weekend, like, man, we got an ass beat. Shit, where you trying to go?
You already know that's what I'm on after the tournament.
Hey,
we putting up.
I walked in Jerome's event and they handed me the schedule. Dude, I didn't even know the guy that was working, handing out the schedule. He said, "Oh, y'all probably 0-4 this weekend." Mm-hmm. That's what he didn't know me from a can of paint. He had never heard of Team Dixon. Good young dude working at Swanee. He was joking about it, like, "Dang, why y'all? You see your schedule? Here it is." Mm-hmm. I don't know where I went that weekend. I think it was a 0 at the end of it on one side.
They was on my head. They was on my head last spring when I said I was a top 10 AAU coach in the state, and then in that following weekend we went 0-4. They was on my head.
You shouldn't be on your head. Why that matter? It don't matter if you win. Did your kids win? We went 4 on what you lost with. Was it tip-off classic?
After the next weekend, we ain't really lose much no more. I had to get to know my kids.
I mean, think about that. 4-0. So it don't matter. That didn't make us no bigger or no smaller. That didn't hurt your program. No bigger, no smaller. Because the parents appreciate what you're doing. Right. They see you doing more than just the gym. And parents can tell who's doing more than just the gym. And smart parents, intelligent parents, they say, okay, this is a hard race. And I tell people, you don't got to play for me. It's a hard race. Logan Stevens has never played for me in his life. And I love Logan. I love Team Forest. But it's a city down here trying to help him because he's a good kid. And that's not a knock on Team Forest. That's not a knock on Woodward. They just had a kid go to whatever. Where did Big Boy Walker go?
North Carolina.
It's just sometimes it's harder for other people, for a coach to understand what they're looking at. Like, I've been with George since 4th grade. Christian Wright, 4th grade. George only played one game with me his whole life, and Christian Wright has never played a game with me. And I've been with them kids since 4th grade, training them.
And that's coach, you know what? I seen you posted Christian Wright today.
I love him every day. Pup,
I said that in my head.
Raven's my niece. I check on her because I'm already invested in that child. When he went to Robbie, I said, Robbie's the best for what you need right here. I didn't have this. What I mean by that is we should just all be helping any kid, bro. If you hit me like, Damon, man, I'm going to do, send me whatever. I'm on it. One kid going to college is another one not running in somebody's house. Period.
For sure.
Period.
Okay.
And we just keep it to the bare necessity. Can you say when you're 70, somebody going to look at your daughter and say he helped 190 kids go to college?
Right. That's
what I say to Gamble every time I see Big G. Your daddy was a great dude, bro. Because every day he died on the court, basically. And he told me, I'm not going to not be here. Push me in his wheelchair, punk. Now push him around the gym. This is what it is. I ain't arguing with Big. I'm pushing him around the gym. Hopefully somebody spark somebody's life and they push me around the gym when I ain't walking around. And my daughter didn't, you know what I mean? So you just got to be in a different mode. But sometimes, you can't knock Game Elite, the Celtics, the Stars. That's a bigger, they got a lot on their back. You know what I mean? So now, you got to understand what you're signing up for with that. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at Dez and Ryan if they get 2 All-Americans from Tennessee, bro, and you were starting.
Yeah.
You knew that going in. They don't get rid of kids. What I mean by that is when you trying out for Game Elite or the Celtics, you already know what it is. You better hold your shit. You better be ready to go.
You gotta be ready.
Great programs.
Yeah. And what's funny, Coach?
Winfrey a great program because Winfrey been out here. I'm 21 years. I got here and Winfrey was coach. Okay, I coached Winfrey for years. It's one of the greatest stories ever. I went to Winfrey when Kobe was going to the 7th, and us Malik and Kaiser going to the 8th. Winfrey, Julio has helped me. Julio's going to do this. Are you? Hey man, you them kids too skinny and they lose. And I love you, little bro. Go ahead. And we went to that was that easy. It's never a big deal. And me and Winfrey hug and shake every day because really there's nobody left from 2001 but me and him. You know, some has passed on, some retired, and some just came back. And one just came back, one of the best to ever do it in Georgia. He will be coaching with Team Dickerson.
Oh, break the news.
Who you bringing, coach?
Let's say USA coach, NBA scout, UMass Hall of Fame.
Horace Naismith.
Win.
Come on, man. Hey, I just talked to Horace.
He got about 16s. He got an incredible nephew. His nephew RJ, incredible, and he got Kevin Anderson, my guard. We already doing that team, but that's when it's going to be Horace and his 2 sons, Cam and Tony. They and I, you know, when Horace has been with me forever, bro. We was the daggone Hurricanes. We had a lot of runs. He said, "Demar, we're going to the Celtics." Him and Dick weren't even talking, and I said, "We're going to." Him and Dick sat down and we're going to the Celtics because they was men to say, "Okay, we cool with this." It was just a competition thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, Horace Naismith will be the head coach of our 16s. So be there Saturday, kids. He's a great coach, great father. He's been successful with both his kids, and there's not much you can say about him.
Man,
Coach,
the S's and O's with that Horace, I don't see Horace write up so many plays over the years. I know Bryce, you coached against Horace.
Did you?
When he was coaching the Celtics, I think Bryce. I mean,
no.
He used to coach the younger Celtics every night when Dickerson wasn't there with Travis. Them.
Oh, he would help with Tony. That was our young team. He would go help with because Dick would be sick sometimes or older team.
Yeah, Horace would coach that team.
He would go help Tony. You're 100% right.
Yep, he'll help Tony.
Yep.
Trace Crone there.
Cam and all them. True.
Yep.
Coach, what advice would you give to the young guys out there, the young hustlers like myself and other guys that are running independent programs, trying to do it the right way? What advice would you give to guys about how to get it done and how to do it right?
First of all, first thing you're going to have to do is swallow your ego. Be able to take some coaching, right? You got to take some coaching. You got to be able to take coaching, even if you're the coach. You know what I mean? There's got to be things you start to work on and fix. When somebody say, "Oh, my man, your pants is low. I know you a G, young boy. I know that." But we're on tape. Everything's on tape right now. It's a whole different ball game. Everything. People, I want more exposure. Well, these kids right now, they call it a curse. It's a gift and a curse because every single game you play is taped. That didn't used to be that. If the coach missed your game back in the gauntlet, he can't even see that. Man, my guy went crazy. Well, I ain't see it. I need to see it again. Now, everything's on tape. So everything the coach do is on tape. Everything he got to get. It's a different world. You can't just. You got to be able to be coached. Understand one thing. Stay you. Like my boy Kenny always tell him, Burns, stay you, D, because they're gonna pay you for it. Stay you long enough till they pay you for it, bro. Do it your way so that you don't compromise the things you want out of your program. So you have to do it your way. And you're gonna lose some great kids who say, I don't want to do that. And you got to let them go. Because once you compromise yourself, the next dude saw it. The next daddy saw it. The uncle, the grandma, the mama. Oh, you let cool. He just let his guard down with him. He just let Zach Bell kick the ball and walk up the floor. You know what I mean? No.
Right.
Don't change how you do it because in the end, it's going to work because you're giving it all you got. It's going to work. Just stay you till they pay you for it, bro. Stay you. Don't change how you do it.
Stay you until they pay you for it. I love that.
Kenny Burns, I love him. I mean, you know, we talk a lot. Cal, Kenny, them nephews, like that's family. I mean, like Cal is growing every day right now.
He's looking real good over at Wheeler.
Yeah, he had a great summer, bro. Incredible. Our 16s, people didn't know, was loaded.
Yeah.
He had a great summer. I mean, he's learning how to transition from a scorer to a pure combo guard. He's getting his athleticism. It's weird. Him and Kenny, his came a year earlier than Kenny's, but all theirs came late. Their athleticism just came out of nowhere. He's been windmill dunk. I'm saying, what the?
His is coming sooner.
His is earlier than Kenny. Yeah. But one thing with Kenny though, He ain't gonna say a word. Whatever go on with he don't bother me, bro. And I tell parents, it's not a high-end parent or money thing. It's a guy man thing. Are you gonna allow me to coach him or not? I've never had Kenny come to me and say anything. Because he know I'm giving him my all. He know good or bad, it was all I had that day. And that's why I tell people, as an independent guy, you gotta have real good, solid, whoever that parent, mentor, coach is with you. Because it's easier for them to leave you. Because you ain't got 6 more pair of shoes in July. Like some of these kids, I done had kids stay on my shoe teams just because they knew they had another pair of shoes in like 40 days, then they dip. You be rocking my shit. Did I see you? It don't even match the new uni. So you got to think, like, a lot of times, man, these guys is hustling us, you know. So I always say, give it all you got. You're going to get burned because you're giving of yourself freely. You're going to get burned, but you're going to be blessed tenfold in the end.
Coach, man, you came on, you gave us gems, you gave us free game, you put it, man. It's a pleasure. Every time we get a chance to talk to you, man.
How long we got the coaches for the teams this year? We got any more time?
Say what, Coach?
We got plenty of time.
Okay, I didn't know if it was ending. I want to make sure that I got the rest. I want to know. I got some incredible coaches coming up this year, like Mike Champion. Y'all heard of Mike Champion?
Ain't sound familiar.
Luke Champion, his dad.
Luke Champion, yeah.
Gonzaga played in the NBA, 6'11", one of the featheriest jump shots. And my 2 bigs that he's already working with, oh Jesus, like he's good at what he do. My brother Bobby Jones, BMI, multiple pros in Cincinnati. I got young AD. We got all the coaching you need, you know. So if you really want to be coached, you really want to get better, we're just as good as whoever. That's not saying we're better than you or worse, but we can match whoever in coaching, match whoever in talent. You know what I mean? We're going to play in the right tournaments. So tell me what I'm not giving you so next time I don't lose this battle with another parent. And I had parents can't even answer the question. I need to know why I didn't win. And I always want them to tell me. Because now I don't have any. You can say, hey, coach, I didn't win because this, and this. Whatever. Just let me know. You got that guy, I don't like that kid on the team. I don't know what it is, but I want to know what you didn't see what they got I don't. And don't be afraid to ask that. I love asking people that. Because I need to figure that out and add that next time. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah,
I love it, man. I love it. You came and rocked it and blew the roof off the thing the last time you came. Same thing this time, man.
Blew it off again.
People in the chat, top 10 episode. I feel like every time you come.
This is the easiest thing to tell you. Look, this is my daughter's little clothing line. And this her little thing she came up with. It's called The Truth is an Acquired Taste.
I like that.
The telescope, because she's always about, at 3, she wanted a telescope. At 5, she wanted another telescope. She wants to be able to, I want to put my goals out here because she's seen kids be stressed out over this world, of this sports world. That way, I'm in the 5th grade. I play 8th grade basketball, so I'm not behind the curve. You know what I mean? So, and all of my goals are so far out, I'm never letting myself down because I'm not at the end. And at 50, my goals is way out. So I'm never letting myself down. You have to telescope. I put it on all my posts. People, what is that damn telescope doing? It's my mentality. It's our mentality in our family. People, Kobe ain't make the all the way in the league. What are you talking about? He's 23, bro. He's a senior high school, college last year. You stupid. Like It doesn't matter how long when you get there. You stay the course. That's what I tell people. Like you're confusing your children. This mental stuff, they're at home all day. This virtual, it's tough on these kids. Understand your kids are going through a lot, locked in their room, doing their homework. And me and my wife be careful of how much we're on her because it's hard right now. And her whole thing is that I want kids not to be stressed out. I want them to use their telescope. And she's dropping it like at the middle of February, but it's just amazing because she sees it. You know, you can't microscope every game's not a good game. You're gonna have a good you're gonna have a good game and a bad game.
Yeah.
You know, she had like 23 that game. She was 10 that day. Playing 15-year-olds. Oh no, it was 23. Yeah, like animal. I'm gonna play D. Give me that.
Bang.
Yo, that's a 10-year-old, bro. And a 14-year-old girl is a young woman. You know what I mean? So that's like a 19-year-old boy playing a 13-year-old boy. Give me that one hand steal, straight to the rim, pull up, boop. Get on the ground, save it, boop. Let's go. But you got to rebound, you got to play D, left hand.
Hard too.
Oh yeah, give me that cookies.
How long has Jay Mixtapes been filming?
Jay Mixtape has been filming since Kobe was in the 8th. My wife used to do all the filming at first. She did all the filming because he didn't have time. He's in school, in high school, and college, so he would do the editing. And he went to school for that. He played at Berea, Division III, went to a Final Four. He went to school for videography. So he's not like a fly-by-night guy. He has a real degree.
It's funny because he doesn't have an open box camera either.
He got a bunch of cameras. He just got some new stuff. He started some new stuff. He working with comedians, but he do movies. He's always been a guy with something in his hand. Yeah. And I knew, me and my wife always said, like, basketball will be in his life, but he may not be the hooper at the end. Like my kid Wallace Tucker Jr., he's about to be an agent later. He's about to graduate from Kobe, one of the most prestigious universities in the world.
Ain't that the point guard from St. Francis?
Yeah, playing for me. He's at Kobe now. He's got early senior, graduating early, and he wants to get right into the business, because he's ready. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I tell people: you can make millions off the floor. This basketball thing can be part of your life forever.
So that's a dribble ball at all.
No, you don't. Not to stay relevant, because if all you do is dribble and hoop, you're not going to be around long. You got to keep, if you want to be in the business, you got to keep finding a way to be in it, and do good work. If you do good work, it'll show. That's just me. And sometimes it may not win it, but I'm going to do my best.
No doubt.
Like our 9th grade team, hey man, it's going to be serious, yo. It's going to be serious. If y'all got any free moments Saturday, you want to come out and see a few of them on Sunday,
I'll pull up.
Saturday, 3 of the 5 will be there because 2 play on Saturday, and then Sunday, the 2 that can't come Saturday will be there Sunday. We only got 5 on that team right now on purpose because it's a good 5. I might play with 5 in March 20th with what on the radar. If I go this weekend and don't see a game changer, I like 9 starters for this reason. I'm gonna play them all. Period. A whole lot, because you're gonna die on the floor if you're playing the right way for me. Or he might be on your team or somebody else's team next week. Because he got put out, because you got to think that. If I'm coming home, me and Bobby and Mike, and we coming home passing out in the hotel or in the home, and I see my kid online or whatever, I'm like, yo, bro, you're not tired? You was the one running. You should be tired. And I just think that's why I love watching you. You got to get your kids tired, bro. They're not tired. They ain't hooping,
Hooping, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun this year. 10th grade is filling up fast. You know what I'm saying? 17's done. All right. If you ain't 6'8" and up, you can't even call me. Workout, tryout.
No tryouts, no workouts.
Will Clowney is an NBA star soon. So I got Kevin Garnett, and I don't really need another one because I got a bunch of 6'7s that'll help him rebound if I want to. But we need like 1 more or 2 more 6'8ish. And understand, people don't know. Noah been with me since 7th grade, bro. You know how people been trying to steal this kid from me in South Carolina, all over America?
Oh.
He plays at Dorman. How he play at Dorman? His coach down, but that's my guy forever. Because when I met him in 7th grade, nobody wanted him on the team. They couldn't tell that a 6'7", 7th grader could be good later. What?
Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah.
His little brother is 6'5" on my 6th grade. He on my 7th grade team. He only in the 6. Yeah, he might be long and sticky. I tell people, man, give me that long, sorry kid right now. And call me about him in 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Coach, me too. Hey, after CY said that, I'll never forget it. CY said skinny, long neck, long arms. That's what CY said. I've been looking for kids like that ever since.
And I don't even care if you're 6'1". If you 6'1" with 6, Ryan Harrell. I'm 6'1", but I'm 6'8" when I put my arms out. You know what I mean? Like, I just love that length. I mean, everybody got what they like. You know what I mean? Every coach in college got a different style. Tom Izzo loved them little pit bulls. Everybody got what they like. So it's just you gotta know what you like. You know what I mean? I always tell guys like, even even if your teams look different, it should be the same type of players if that's what you want to coach. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun, man.
We got another surprise guest that we got to pull on, man. So I hate to cut our time, man, but it's always great. Matter of fact, before we let you go, we're gonna pull him on because it ain't like y'all don't know each other already. Coach,
what up, fellas?
What's going on, Coach?
we got Grovetown in the house.
My guy, what up, boy?
What's happening, bro?
Hey, man, let me tell y'all something before I go. You talking about an incredible team, learning how to play, learning what to do on the floor, an incredible practice, one of the best X and O's guys. He on that level with Wash and all them dudes. Like, man, this dude can coach, yo. And he's been a blessing. Him and Tony have been a blessing for me and them kids down there, man. And I'm with him all the way. So everybody know I'm rocking with D. You know what I'm saying? He never picks up the phone. We talk about the issues with the kids, and he lets me know, D, you got to do this with him when he get up there. You know what I mean? And he can't come Saturday, so I see him Sunday.
No doubt.
Hey, man, thank y'all, though. No, we appreciate it, bro. TD Prep, Team Dickinson.
Always, Coach. Always.
Get that game, man.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I'm coming to watch y'all Saturday.
What we need to do is we need to have a love of the game classic with Man Up, with Georgia Canes, with Team Dickerson.
Yeah.
And
Honcho,
Hype House, Team Force.
There's so many beautiful independents down here, boy. It's a problem. That's why we be getting ducked. Hey, but Coach Huff just say best practices I've ever seen.
Man, I appreciate that.
He's seen a bunch of them.
Hey, that's coming, and I know, and Huff just don't cap with that either because
he doesn't.
I've seen Huff in the group chat after he's been to a few practices, so he don't.
He's talking like, yo, Demond, hot garbage.
Yeah, that's him. Hey,
That's Huff.
Hot garbage.
Yeah, we got about D favors.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Drake. What that just showed there is we need to have that.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot about D Fervers. Yeah.
Because the first real event is the March 20th, right? That's Sean.
Yeah.
That's Sean. Yeah.
Y'all, let's go, bro. We can have a round robin scrimmage. We can hold it at Bridgeway.
I'm
in. Count us in. Love it. Man, Georgia Man Up will be there.
Hey, man, let's figure that out. We need to get on that after this. Yo, holla at me.
No doubt.
Hey,
man, I appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay.
Always, Coach.
No doubt. Bless you, boy.
Yes, sir.
Yep. That's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
That's a good
Too many
dude.
gyms. Ton of gyms.
Yeah. AC Georgia too. Yep. Love of the game classic. Let's make it happen.
Hey, we gotta get Georgia Legacy. We gotta get the Timberwolves. We gotta get all those teams.
Anybody who go on Twitter and get Twitter fingers, they need to be in it.
Hey, Bryce talking spicy. Bryce talking spicy on a Thursday.
I'm just saying, like, because you've been tweeting all year. Shit. It ain't nothing. It's just some games.
Hey, Coach,
you want to come? You want to come? You want to come? With the big dog. Shit, you gotta go where the big dogs be at.
Well, call him out, right? Talk your shit. Who you talking about? Who had Twitter fingers? Call him out.
And nobody had Twitter fingers.
Well, I already called out 17U Infinite Skills.
Okay.
Honcho already called me out. I mean,
Infinite Skill 16s is crazy.
You got a solid 16U team too.
I mean, Georgia Man Up ain't ducking nobody at 16. Nobody. We ain't ducking nobody at 16.
Oh, what about a 17?
We'll see.
I know y'all been listen. I know you guys have been working your butt off recruiting, so I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I know what you've been doing. I know what you've been trying to work, man. But shit, you trying to get with the big dogs, nigga? Excuse my language.
Hey,
what's in your cup,
hey, my boy Bryce on one tonight. Hey, that's not Bryce, that's Bruce.
Hey, look, Bryce, you know me, right? Until you get out there at 17 and you win at 17, I'm a prove it guy. You know what I'm saying? My 16s, my 2023s, my 16s are proven. We done been out here. I done had this group for years. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Locke had this conversation about 17U.
It's a brand name.
17U is different. It's different shit, boy.
For sure.
That shit will make a man out of you. Like that shit is different, bro. You got to be able to play. You got to be fundamentally sound. You got to be physically prepared.
You got to be able to coach.
You got to be able to coach. The players got to buy in. It's high level basketball.
I can't put that 1-2-2 and watch somebody's whole offense fall apart at 17.
If you come out here.
Hey, coach, I ain't gonna lie, coach. At 14U, if I didn't respect you, I'm just gonna put that 1-2-2 out there and watch your whole shit fall apart.
Yeah.
Can't do that at 17. I saw it, bro.
You can come on here.
Yeah. Come on. We're gonna start throwing them lobs from half court.
So that's why when it comes to 17s, we're gonna be there. We're gonna compete. I just stay quiet about it because shit, I done seen everybody take their lump 17. Who I ain't seen, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I done seen everybody catch a 30. You know what I'm saying? At 17 shit.
You saw me take
shit. I done seen shoe teams. I done seen the Stars get their ass beat. EYBL. I done seen everybody catch a. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people catch a body. I done seen people be the body. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We'll make it happen.
Enough, you're gonna get them.
For sure. Man, but let's get to it. We got another great guest. Like we're trying to make this. We got the episode at top 5. We're trying to make this episode top 2 and not number 2. We got Grovetown in the house. Coach, we've been talking about doing this for a minute. I wanted to save this episode for when we were back live and everybody was together, but the situations that playing out, you know what I'm saying? We needed to put this together like now. We got Coach Darren Douglas in the house. Coach, great to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. Like I'm a fan of this show, man. Like I feel like, I know you, Dre, but I feel like I know all y'all dudes. Just shoot, y'all just like every like basketball circle that I got, where we just got dudes and we got our group chats. We talk about basketball, who can their ass bust, who can hoop, who can like I feel that with y'all just watching y'all. So I'm honored to be here.
Hey, Coach, we from the country, man. So we already gonna have that bun.
For sure. Coach, we should have had you on after you won the state championship at Aquinas. Now you at Grovetown, and quickly that name has elevated into a name that earlier on in this season, Bryson Locke was saying, shit, that's the team I don't want to play in the state tournament. That's the team I don't want. Coach, let's talk about that journey, man. Let's talk about your arrival at Grovetown and what it was like building up that program.
So like I think my last year at Aquinas, I kind of felt like I had not the big time myself, but kind of outgrew that situation. Like, it was kind of private. It was kind of like I fell into a really good situation when I got there because a lot of the kids that were there, I had already coached in AAU, and I was just happy to have a job. Like I had got turned down like 10, 11 times, just going around trying to get jobs. Almost every time I would hear this, oh, you you only coach AAU? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, but people wasn't on it. So we get there, and I kind of realized that I wasn't going to get kids in, you know what I mean? Like kids to develop, you know, you get all these different excuses. We had the little entrance exams and all of that. So they were denying kids. And I've been here since 2011, and I always said like Grovetown and then Thompson High School. I was like, them really the two best situations to get here, like because you got the elementaries that feed into the middle schools that feed into the high schools, where everywhere else around here is kind of transient. Like kids will go to one middle school and you think they're going to this high school and they don't. But in Grovetown, it never was that. It was just like they never really had a program. Like they always had a kid every year where you're like, man, if he was coached well or developed, or you know, a couple of kids. So fast forward, like I end up getting a job, and when I get it, a lot of people, like a lot of these guys, like the Zach Bells, Julius Browns, all of them, those guys were playing JV. So nobody even like I didn't know about these kids, which was crazy to me because you guys know you guys are AAU guys, and like when you're an AAU guy, you know every kid in your city. Like you know who they are and like who they running with, or if you got a chance to get them. So even as I'm doing high school, like I still have that mindset because that's where I cut my teeth at with coaching. So you know, I'm like, well, I knew Julius, but didn't even know Zach. Like I was literally when I got the job, I went to a AAU tournament. He was playing with Team Power at the time to watch another kid. I was going to watch another kid. I didn't even know who Zach was, and in the warm ups. Like it's just this dude, like you could tell he was raw, but like his chest was above the rim every time. And I'm like, damn, like who the hell is that kid? Like it was like he go to Grovetown. So I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to, you know what I mean, like get him
What
in,
grade was
talk to
he in,
him,
coach?
all of that. So Zach he was in 11th, but he was playing down because Zach is 17. What happened is when Zach was in elementary school, he was at a private school and they just skipped him. Like I want to say third straight to fifth or
Oh
fourth to
wow.
sixth, some craziness like that. You know what I mean? Like not really having the foresight, but I didn't like upon first meeting them, like we taught him how to work and everything like that. But I'm of the impression that it wasn't even like a serious thing. It was something that he did and he played, but I don't think it was thought out like with the foresight of like, man, let's keep him here, blah blah blah, so he can be this great basketball player. Fast forward to like he just put his head down and just worked extremely hard on his game between last year. I think it really exploded like once everything got shut down. He was going to his dad's, and his dad is a administrator, or I believe he's a coach out in South Carolina, but he was getting in that gym like all day long every day. And so you could kind of see it once he came back, you know, once we started getting back together, like, yeah, he's done made that next step. You know what I mean? I try not to, I don't know if it's a pet peeve of mine, but I'll promote my kids, but I'm not that guy that's out here that's just like, my kid is the greatest. You better look at him. You better look at him. It's like, you know, the conversations with him is when you get out here and you can do what you can do, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just show it to people. Just show it to folks. Like, you can do it, you know what I mean? And so just show it. And I think he's took them opportunities and he snatched them. And it just shows, like I often think about how many kids do slip through the cracks. You know what I mean? How many more Zach Bells is it out here that could really get after it, could really play, just kind of need a little bit of guidance or a little bit of pushing the right way. And you can see the difference in it. Because like I said, I mean, like, and that team only won 3 games that year, which in my mind, I'm like, who cares if he's a little raw, an athletic guy like that? If you only winning 3 games, why is he not on the floor anyway? But
Wow.
you know, it's like
See a
little
lot.
stuff like that you see, and you just I think about that often. Like, man, how many more kids is it out here that just with a little bit could like just change their whole trajectory of their life?
Yeah.
But I took the job. I knew, you know, my son is 23. He's got a lot of buddies that are also in that 23 class, like Malik Ferguson, Markel, Freeman. We got another big. He's played a lot of JV. We've just been trying to bring him along, but really athletic, big kid, Aaron Nomel. So I knew, I was like, well, I'm gonna take the job. This first year is gonna all be about like the culture. Like we're gonna get in here, we're gonna be in the weight room all the time, we're gonna run, we're gonna skill develop, and you know, we have a saying here where we say you're either a leisure or a performance guy. And so that first year, we felt like we had a couple of leisure guys, where a leisure guy is the kind of kid that, you know, good kid, but kind of just come to practice and play basketball. Where a performance guy get up and works on his body. He goes to bed on time every night. He's trying to put his career in a trajectory that at the very least he can go to college with it. And so, you know, that's a big thing around our program. But last year that was kind of a thing, like, we're going to, like, you can be here and be a leisure guy if there's not enough performance guys, but the performance guys get the big piece of chicken. Like, the leisure guys just get what's left behind. And I think that's even in life, like, you know what I mean? Like, outside of the basketball, like, if you put your head down and work, you're going to get what's coming to you, versus if you just kind of chilling, you get it, let life take you wherever you go. I mean, you just going to get whatever life gives to you. And we trying to, like, last year was really trying to set that groundwork of, like, what our basketball program is about. And it's basically to just teach young men to get up and chase it every day, man. Like, the basketball is great, but, like, what you going to do when it stop bouncing? Do you still got that in your heart to go chase it? If you ain't going to chase it, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it's going to be hard for you anyway. Like, you're going to have to learn that in your 20s, maybe your 30s, or you may not ever learn it. So we try to get that to them there. So, you know, we had a pretty good year last year. We went 21-6, and I just kind of felt like this year, let's push our schedule up a little bit. I know I was going to have younger guys, but I feel like I have younger guys that'll be college prospects one day. So it wasn't like a regular 10th grader that, you know, it get in and it's like, oh man, you see the 10th grader, he's in, give him a year or two. But, you know, it was also this year, let's play as many hard teams as we can. And yeah, we may lose a few games, but this is invaluable for you guys to see where you want to be one day. That's why you go and you take a Pebblebrook, you try to jump in Lemon Street, you try to do all of that. And, you know, even through it, like, it was frustrating to lose those games over the break, but it was just like, do you want to peak in December or do you want to peak at the end of February? I want to peak at the end of February, always. Like, I can remember Pace back when they had Wendell and Isaiah Kelly. I think Isaiah Kelly's sophomore year, like, I think they was 14-10 and won a state championship. Yep. They played so many people, you know what I mean? So you look at that kind of stuff. I always will say, like, I'm the only person who get to take my record with me when it's all said and done. Like, my kids don't get it, you know, they don't get that. I get that. So, let's put them out there. And if you want to beat a boogeyman, you got to beat him. So what's the better way than to just go be around the boogeyman and learn how to beat a boogeyman? We can beat everybody around here.
Man, Coach, that's a lot. What you saying right there, this is, I feel like that's a big problem in a lot of programs of trusting guys and putting those guys on the floor. Like you said, that you feel like have a future in this game. You don't see that all the time.
Put them in the right position.
Do you feel like being we were talking about this with Damon earlier in the show, about the gap between high school and AAU coaches. Do you feel like having that AAU background, being an AAU coach, helped you as a high school coach?
It did, but I just think more than anything, it's just wanting to do the right thing and be solid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if I never would have did AAU, because when I did AAU, I called high school coaches. Like, even if they didn't know me, and I had some would blow me off, and some, like, are my best friends to this day, because just the respect, you know what I mean? I feel like between both, there's not enough mutual respect. Now, there's some dudes that rock out with both, but as an overall thing, you know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of mutual respect. There are some that kind of just look at, like, AAU basketball almost like it's the Chitlin circuit. And it's not. It's really just a developmental place for your kids if you do it the right way. If you build, like me and Damon, we build. You know what I mean? Like, I know if I send a kid to him, we're going to work together for the betterment of that child's development and to help them get what they can get. And so, like, that's that. But, you know, I've seen it both ways. I've seen people big time it. AAU, I've seen that. I'll never do that. Like, honestly, AAU was the best thing that ever happened to me on my journey of being a high school coach, because I got to make all my mistakes without a whole bunch of people looking at me. And that was the best thing. That was the best thing for me, because I was very, very hot-headed when I got into coaching, and I had to go there and get that out of me. But you say if you get that with a head coaching job right off the bat and you make a mistake, some people never recover from that. Like I remember getting kicked out of AAU games, you know what I mean? Like 8 o'clock, don't want to be in there, you know what I'm saying? May have been out the night before, I'm in a bad mood, say something to the ref and get thrown out. I can't do that in a high school game. And then you get fined if you do it in a high school game. So I learned how to build my temperament. I learned how to build a system of what I wanted to do on offense. And at the beginning, I had no clue. Like I was out there just throwing stuff together, out there running on fast draw, maybe grabbing up a play or two or seeing something I seen on TV. And through AAU, I mean, I coached some really good kids and had some good parents, but I got to develop my philosophy as what I wanted my system to. I always knew I wanted to go coach high school, but like that was to me, that was better than going and being on a high school program and just coaching JV. Like to do AAU, because you're responsible for it all. You're responsible for making sure the hotel, like you're doing everything. You're a director of basketball operations. You're a coach. You're a father to some. You're a mentor. You somebody that some people, family, you're the only person they can lean on. So you get to learn all of this stuff in your toolbox. And so, like with me, it's always been like super respect for the solid AAU guys.
Yeah,
always.
Coach, why do you feel like high school coaches would think it's the chitlin circuit and they never seen the actual circuit or actually seen high level AAU ball?
Because you know, I was really saying that because it's that coded language that some of them use. You know what I mean? And so, like, you can kind of hear it. You know, nah, no AAU, and it's like, but what you mean by that? Like, because you talking about AAU, and I beat you by 40 the last time we played. Like, I coached AAU. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't nobody gonna ever say what it really is, but we all know what it really is.
But is it more from the older coaches, like who's been around, who's been like Damon said, still coaching like this back in 2001, 2002, in the 1990s?
It is, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. I've encountered some younger guys that kind of just want to be fitting in, so they take that stance.
Take it on.
They take that stance. I mean, like this. I mean, I'm gonna just say it. Like it's our culture thing. But I feel like it's the most used up. Like people can just jump in who don't really even know like what people go through that do this and really understand. They use up and they profit off of it. And then even outside of that, they still try to put up gates and bridges to stop people who really could help. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's really crazy. Like, I made a decision right off the bat when I got in. Like, I'm with AAU cats. Like, if that makes me anti-establishment with this, then I'm gonna be anti-establishment with this. But me as a high school coach, any AAU cat that I rock with, like my program is open to them, and I want it to be the same because at the end of the day, when a child signs, Darren Douglas ain't gonna sign, Mandre Allen ain't gonna sign, Dante Medlock ain't gonna sign. You know what I'm saying? Coach Bryce ain't gonna sign. The kid gonna sign. And then, man, like we can look each other in the face and say, man, look at you, black man. We did something together and we helped somebody.
Coach, me and Bryce kind of talk about coaching at AAU and the amount of things that you see and having to make adjustments and react quickly and from a strategy standpoint, not having a lot of practice time. So having to really relate to players and get things done efficiently and quickly. Do you feel like maybe people don't necessarily give you guys enough credit for that or understand what that environment is like?
I don't even think that they understand it because not enough. You got to be in it to understand it. You know what I mean? Like if it's this big blanket thing, like let's just say AAU was the Bloods of the Crips, and you don't know them, and you somebody just saying the Bloods and the Crips is bad, and you don't know no better, and the Bloods and the Crips just bad to you. It don't matter if they get out and they open a community center or they do something for the kid. They just bad to you because everybody said they bad to you. Like you got to be in it. You know what I mean? Like you got to understand what it feel like to play 3 games on a Saturday, your last game finish at 9:55 on a Saturday night, and then you getting up and you playing again at 8, and you managing kids and you making sure that they eating, and then you still have to adjust to what goes on in the game. You got to make adjustments on the fly. Like, you know, that right there, I always tell young dudes that want to get in the coach, I'm like, dude, if you can find you just an AAU program, like that'll let you know if you love it for real or not.
For sure.
Not just coming up and getting the fancy gear and being on something and just moving up when it's your time to move up. Like getting out doing that, because y'all know just like I know, man. The end of July, boy, you be dead tired. Dead tired.
Ready for it.
Hey,
Over.
hey, coach.
Kids be tired too.
Hey, I was so tired this July. That I was like, man, I don't even think I can coach high school this year as an assistant. I have not taken a season. I have not taken a basketball season off, whether it's high school or AAU, since I graduated college. And this year I was like, yo, I'm done.
Yeah, man, it just it's tiring.
Yeah. The kid and like Locke said too, the kids was tapped out. They were like, bro,
yeah,
we playing back-to-back weekends because of COVID, trying to get everything in. They like, man, I'm good.
ain't even got the energy to yell at them for not rotating and doing what
Right.
they supposed to do. Like,
it got to that point, coach.
Yeah. I know it, man. But it's a great thing to learn how to build camaraderie with kids. It's a great thing to learn how to build relationships with your players. It's like that to me laid the groundwork for everything I've done. High school is just coaching AAU, man. Like I salute cats that coach AAU. I always, you know what I mean? My gym is always open to anybody that does it. I just think it's a vital thing. You know what I mean? Like I think it's, especially with the restrictions and things that go on, and you can't coach kids at this time or do any of that. Like you got to build a relationship with the AAU guys. You got to put your kids on a pathway that they can compete, they can get extra reps at honing their skills and doing things of that nature. So, you know, I'm pro AAU forever.
Coach, you said something dope, man. You mentioned I'm the only one that takes my record with me. The kids don't take that record when they go. Talk about that philosophy and just how that impacts you, because we always ask the question, you know, or talk about, do kids really care about winning state championships? What do they care about? So I thought that was really interesting that you said that. Talk about that a little bit more.
I think they care about them if they feel like they can win them. You know what I mean? Or if that's the culture of where you at and you try to preach everything to that standard. You know what I mean? Like we talk that all the time. Like everything that we talk in our program was that a championship effort closeout? Was that a championship effort box out? Are we sharing the ball enough at a championship level? Like it's the language that you use too. But as far as the record, like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I got turned down by, I mean, so many schools. I can remember going through it. I went through like a whole year process trying to get on that high school. Like I got my teacher certificate for that thing. But as I kept getting turned down and getting knocked up and getting back up and going back, applying, getting knocked down, it just kind of in that, it was like whenever I get one, we're gonna develop kids. We're gonna schedule tough as we can. And the objective is to win the game, but the purpose is always going to be to build solid young men that can get out here and can take care of their families, ain't going to be a burden to others, and also can reach outside themselves and bring people along with them. Like, so outside of that, you know what I mean? Like, of course, I don't think we ever lose every game, but I could lose every game. And as long as I see these guys making steps to be who they need to be in life, I could be fine with that. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't tell you, somebody said something the other day, like, you close to 100 wins. I couldn't tell you how many, because I don't count that. You know what I mean? Like, we win it or we lose it and we go to the next one. And maybe one day when I sit down and I'm a little older and I can look at it and do all of that, that'll be something cool for myself. But right now, we just in the trenches. We are trying to build guys that can get out here and do what they need to do to be successful in life. And to me, that's bigger than any win or any loss that I could get or we could get.
Coach, I kind of want to change the subject a little bit. I want to talk about Augusta basketball because I don't think people know how much talent has came out of that area. Like they see Chad post, I talked to Greg from Team Power. Just talk about Augusta basketball.
I feel like it's an untapped market. There are so many kids here. But it kind of goes back to like what I said about Zach Bell earlier. You know what I mean? Like how many kids here and they just don't get that like right little small push, you know what I mean? Because I live here and you hear it all the time. And it's like this myth here that there's an Atlanta bias, and that's why our kids don't get recruited. And I don't subscribe to that. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of know it's a different speed as far as how kids are getting after it up that way. And we got some kids down here that work, and we have some really good trainers. You know, John Harris will come down, Darren Shine can train. We have some trainers, but I don't. So as far as the kids, I don't think they're getting shown early enough the stuff that you need to do to get what you need out of this. You know what I mean? Like in Atlanta, Zach Bell would have been grabbed in 8th grade. And he would have been pushed the right way. You know what I mean?
Been in 8th, 9th grade. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he would have been snatched up. He would have been with one of them shoe teams, or he would have been with one of them high school programs up there. And you know what I mean? And then we talking about maybe Carolina or Duke or something like that if somebody gets their hands on that kid at that age. Whereas here you do have some kids that are talented, but I feel like the framework of what is done here to put them kids on the path to get what the kids in Atlanta get. You know what I mean? Like, because you can see them, they would go up there and bump with them in games, high school games or AAU games, and you can be like, man, that kid ain't really that much better than him. But there's a framework behind those kids, and there's a structure. And there's a flow chart to how their thing is going to go. Whereas here, it's just like, man, if I can play basketball, if Chad posts me, if I'm being shown, then I should guarantee go to college. And it's like all this other stuff that go on in the background of it that has to happen for that stuff to happen. So if I guess if I could make the comparison, probably it would be like probably when we were coming up, like you could see the big school, the big city teams were getting it, and you could see some really good country teams that were in the country. But it'd always be like 2 or 3 dudes every year on them teams, and you'd be like, man, he never played basketball again. But they were cold in high school. And that's kind of like, to me, where the state of it is here in Augusta. So, like, there are a lot of kids coming up, man, but you just hope that they choose the right situations, they get the right people in their life to go. Where in Atlanta, I mean, you can throw a rock and you can find somebody that knows how to do this thing the right way. And they humble enough to do it and get out of the way.
That's true. And like I say, man, the talent level. Like I remember watching what's his name? I think he played with Kalen. He played with Team Power, the point guard.
Yeah. They used to go to
Lakeside. Yeah, went to Lakeside. And I used to tell Greg, I'm saying, man, he would be mid-major if he stayed here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And like you say, and Greg did a great job with him, but just because, like you say, sometimes I feel like they just don't get the respect.
No.
Like Trey, the kid that you coach, Trey, that's at Cleveland State, killed.
But we used to love that at Aquinas. We used to go and say in the locker room, they don't respect us because we from Augusta. Let's go out here and pump them anyway.
The media coverage is so thick in Atlanta. It's like you could go to any number of high school events or a game, and you're going to see dudes there that are ready to tweet, take pictures, videos. I mean, the coverage is just it's almost like how if you're working, like you said, if you're putting in the work and you're in the gym and you're one of those guys, how can you not benefit from being in Atlanta? You know what I mean? If you can't, then you're just probably just not that good. You know what I mean? Like something going on, because it's just so many people here that are involved in tweeting and posting and write-ups and camps, and the media is just crazy.
Yeah, when you go to Atlanta, you can just feel like the pulse of basketball up there. Like I
Yeah.
love to come up there and play and just be around basketball there because you can run into like so many dudes that just like love it, man. You know what I mean? Like you'll never feel that petty energy or none of that when you go up there. You know, I'm a visitor, so you guys are there, so y'all might feel it from time to time, but it feels right. The only place that I've been that feels like this as far as the basketball community in Atlanta is like the DMV. The DMV is
Correct.
like that too. Like where they just got that love for one another. Everybody pushing for the kids. You know what I mean? Each team gonna have a few dudes, and it's gonna be quality bump like every time that they do something. You know what I mean? So
basketball in DC is it's important.
yeah,
Like it's I mean I don't even know how to put it any other way. You know what I mean? When you got the WCAC, you got Montgomery County, you got PG County, you got Virginia, like the basketball and Georgia is very similar in that sense that like if you go to Wheeler for an event or Pebblebrook or like lock video he posted today, you get that feel like dang, this is like I'm in the place to be right now. You know what I mean?
Hey, Coach, don't get Bryce started talking about.
I'm not gonna get started.
Yeah, I was to say let's change that.
Here's the
Let's
thing.
go this other way.
Lock. When your coach just got on the show and you just said the same thing. Shit, we country boys, and he's talking about the bump in DC. That should tell you something right there.
No, I've been to DC. When I went to the Mountaineer, that was the only time on a Sunday night I was at a high school game. I never did that in my life. It's like 9 p.m. and it's a Sunday night.
On a Sunday night. That's fine.
And son telling me we got to catch our flight. I'm like, dude, it's Sunday night. I'm watching high school basketball. I never did that in my life.
Hey, but Coach, the only thing that brings Bryce down back to earth when you start talking about DC, you just got to bring up the Wizards or the Redskins, man, and then then it brings them back down a little bit. Everything levels out. You know what I'm saying?
Slow down because we made the playoffs this year. However, the Wizards, I could care less about them. The Lakers are really my team anyway.
Bradley Beal looks so depressed.
But you know his problem is? I thought about that yesterday. He kind of bringing it on himself.
He was on the bench pondering his entire existence.
Here's the issue with him. Here's the issue. If he wants to get out of DC so bad, then stop scoring 50 points every game. How about you do what James Harden did and shoot 2 for 15 and then probably your ass out.
Oh, now it's his fault.
I mean, it's not rocket science, bro. He keeps I'm gonna drop 50 points, and then he complains when he's not on the All-Star team, and then his wife goes on Twitter and rants like, bro, nobody want to hear that shit, bro. He make $100 million. Nobody feels sorry for that man. If you don't want to be somewhere, then stop. Maybe you should stop scoring 50 points and see if they get rid of you. James Harden just did it. It worked for him, didn't it?
I can't believe you are blaming. That's where we at now. You blaming this man for playing hard?
I mean,
be on some other stuff right now.
Hey, man.
I don't even want to talk about the Wizards.
I'm gonna let you have it.
I'm just saying, bro. If you're a professional basketball player and you want the organization to get rid of you, what you gonna do? You gotta
you in here talking about the Wizards, and then right on cue, Huff get in here and start talking about the Hawks. We're not doing this with y'all.
I can go talk about the Falcons if you would like.
Free Brad Bill. You right,
man. Coach.
Free that man.
Don't worry. It'll be with LeBron very shortly.
We're going back to Grovetown. We're not talking about y'all.
Hey, Coach, I want to talk about your region. To me, y'all have one of the toughest regions outside the metro area because you got 3 different teams that can win that region: Evans, Grovetown, or Heritage to Conyers. So just talk about y'all region because I see one game y'all can beat Heritage, then Heritage can come around and beat Evans, then Evans can come and beat y'all. Just talk about that.
And it's tough between us too. Like we got Heritage tomorrow, so it'll be a tough one. You know what I mean? They came and got us at home. And then next Friday we get Evans. So, we beat Evans on a buzzer beater last Friday at home. So it's like we kind of just, it was kind of the same thing last year. Like we kind of just fought each other and beat each other up. And it, I really hope just with playing those guys and then playing the schedule that we played, we make the state playoffs. Like, you know what I mean? We can make a run because you're battle tested. Like it's a good thing to feel like you at least got two really good other teams in your region that you're going to get to play. So that's 4 quality games. And then you go out and you schedule with that. Like you should be battle tested and you should be prepared to go down. Like, I'm biased. I feel like we can get it this year, but you could also say the same thing about Heritage. You could also say the same thing about Evans.
Yeah, because Evans won last year with Chris Chambers.
Yeah,
did they
won last year. Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. Are y'all gonna have a region tournament?
Coach, are you picking? We gotta put Locke on the spot. Come on, Locke.
Hey, he ain't.
What you doing? You can't say hey, look, we've been saving this heat.
Hey man, this ain't been a normal season, man. I can't.
Yeah, normally
make it pick, dog. You know who on the teams. You know
the coach on the show, so he can side eye you if you don't pick Grove.
You don't gotta pick us.
No, see, Coach, you must didn't hear the show when I seen
on the locker room. Go ahead.
Coach,
don't pick Locke.
When I seen y'all in the Under Armour event, the next show I said, I don't know who's going to play Grovetown, but you do not want to play them in the first or second round in the state playoffs. After I seen y'all at Winfrey the Under Armour event,
you got in the Under Armour event?
Huh?
You got in the Under Armour event?
It took a minute, but I got in.
Hey, Coach, where I'm from, I was raised, don't nothing matter except for what is said after the butt. Is there a butt coming, Locke? Are you going to jump off the bridge, Locke? Come on, man.
Grovetown's going to win region.
Well, I mean, on paper, I could get what people would say them other teams would win. Like, you got 2 teams with D1 signees, and then you got Evans that got, they got the Story kid and Rashad King and Mincy and Brayson James and all of them guys. Like, and then you look at us and you're like, you got Zach Bell and Julius Brown and a whole bunch of sophomores. So I can understand that. But I just feel like we get after it and we gonna relish this and do what we got to do. So it is what it is.
I love seeing how Locke gonna react under pressure. Although I already know how it's gonna go. Locke's gonna sell out every time, dog. I love it. I love you for that, Locke. You gonna sell out every time. Locke gonna sell out every time. I love it.
I put like this. I jump a band. Well, I jump teams.
Yeah.
When I seen Grovetown, and I watched Zach Bell throughout the whole summer with Team Dickinson, but when I seen Grovetown at the Under Armour event, I didn't even want to leave. I had to leave to go to Kowalski event. I left Grovetown at halftime, and I just kept getting updates. Zach Bell did another dunk. I think y'all winning
that game. We had 7 kids, and 2 of my starters wasn't even there.
Really?
That was crazy. Yeah, we ain't have 7 kids that game.
What's Zach Bell's vertical? Like 40 something?
Yeah, 43.
Dang.
Julius Brown came to Lemon Street and cooked.
Yeah.
Good.
Against I ain't gonna say it. Never mind. I'll let it slide. Go watch the tape. You would have loved that game. Locke.
Really?
You missed that Lemon Street matchups, Locke.
Lemon Street
Julius Brown had 43. 43. Lemon Yacht.
Yep. And when none of it forced, he just got it however he wanted to.
Bryce was calling the game for SUV TV.
I heard he was struggling.
I was listening to it.
I did get that update.
I can't. You know what? I just can't really talk. I feel like I couldn't talk like how I really wanted to talk. You know what I mean?
It's different from the podcast.
And it's like with commentating, you don't get a break. And so like I don't like to talk that much anyway. You know what I mean? Like I talk and I'm quiet. Like when you commentating, you constantly gotta keep. I'm like, bro, I'm kind of tired of this. I'm ready to go home.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what got me when I started laughing. Bryce said one time, I think we jumped out big. Bryce said, "This is so undisciplined. Like I just don't understand." I was in here rolling the first time I heard that, man.
Sound like something I would say.
Coach, hey, so I was sitting beside Bryce. He's real life mad watching that game. Like he's real life upset. Like he was coaching. He's really upset. Hey Huff, don't do that. I'll hit the group chat. I'll tell you who we had 43 on. Don't do that, Huff.
Can I ask y'all a sidebar question? Completely, totally, nothing to do with basketball. Do any of you guys invest using Robinhood?
No.
Yeah, I did. I know where you're going with all of this.
Did anybody
with the GameStop stuff? Yeah, I've been on.
I seen it. But I didn't invest.
I do want to give people a piece of advice though. You can, if you want to close out your Robinhood account and move to a different place,
I use cash.
You can transfer instead of selling what you own to get off Robinhood. You can actually transfer your stock to a different name. Hit me up on Twitter. We'll find the tweet with the thread with all the instructions. You can actually transfer all your stock. You don't have to sell out.
Right.
Don't sell. Keep holding.
But did any of you guys actually have GameStop is the question. I did. I missed that.
Man, and my guy told me like 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, he was like, buy some GameStop stuff. And I'm like, man, what you talking about? Like, get out of here. Like, GameStop is over with.
I am sick that I got the GameStop tip and the AMC tip and didn't buy.
You got a tip? You got a tip? How you get a tip?
I got the GameStop tip and the AMC tip. And the crazy thing is I got a tip about a third stock that they actually shut down today and nobody is talking about it, but they shut it down. Even TD Ameritrade shut this stock down too.
Why didn't you buy when you got the tip is my question. You didn't want to invest.
You see stuff, you hear stuff all the time. You know, not necessarily. I would have had to sell something to go jump in something else.
Yeah.
I might not be here today. I might have been done.
Yeah.
If I would have sold out and went with it, I'd have been done.
People killing off that GameStop.
Yeah. Dang, Huff, let me borrow $5.
I'm telling you.
Huff rich.
Well, okay. Huff, you know what I like.
Hey, as a matter of fact, I would have preferred that you hit instead of me. We would have had more fun.
Oh, hey, I would have told Darren to come. Like, hey, everything's on me.
We would have had more fun. Lot gonna set it out.
Just make sure you well rested because he ain't gonna let you go home, bro. Until
no, we're out. Once we're out, we're out.
we can't let this podcast end though. One of the most important things that we got to talk about. Your kid, Jay Gant. Coach, just help us understand the situation. We see in the tweets, the kid hasn't been able to play. Like,
yeah,
Coach, tell us what's going on.
It's been really, really difficult. Like I was telling you on the phone yesterday, like it seems like my emotions since this has went on. So I know it's got to feel really crazy for his family, but my emotions go from like mad to being in disbelief. Like it flip on and in between in that, and it feel like the only solace I got is when I'm at practice or a game because I can get it off my mind then. But then when I'm just sitting with my thoughts. But what happened is in our county, because the schools are so overpopulated, it's kind of what it is. Like once you're a junior or a senior, if you've got requirements and you're on track to graduate, they will, let you go home early. But in person, usually they're going to make you keep the 5 classes just so you're straight. he came at the beginning of the year and he had 5 classes. He was actually in my PE class for his 5th class. And his mom is a nurse, you know what I mean? And she was working. It was a lot of COVID around her, and she didn't feel right sending him to school knowing that she's around COVID patients all day. She's doing, so it was an honorable thing that they did. But when he got switched from face-to-face instruction to learn from home, somehow through the cracks, he drops from 5 classes to 4 classes. This is a kid that grades have always been great. High character kid, does everything that we ask him to do. Mentors the younger guys. And so, you know, in my head, you know, it's a kid that never always, because we check missing assignments every day. We check grades on Friday, like never is off. You know what I mean? So we get back from break and it's like, he's ineligible. And I'm like, wait, like, nah, that got to be somebody else. Like, not this kid. And they pull it up and they're like, yeah, he only took 4 classes. He got to have 5 to pass. And so from there, I'm just like, that don't even make no sense to me, but okay, I get it. You know, we tried to call, tried to do whatever. They put us on the docket to go to the appeal. Him and his father went down, got listened to for like 5 minutes and then just told no, like with really no explanation that I really got for why, you know what I mean? So it really, it sucks on 2 fronts because he's still around the team and he's still coming and having the spirit that he has every day, and does all of that. But it really sucks to feel like a kid that, you know, 17 years old, does everything right, could be doing everything wrong, you know what I mean, but does everything right. Like he's never a kid that a teacher will come up and say, oh, well, you know, every teacher that ever talked to me about Jay since he's been at school is, oh, he's such a great kid. I love Jay this. You know, so to see like that, like and we talk to guys like, you know, it's a part of being solid. And we tell them like, you know, we got to take our licks from time to time. And when it's time to take your lick, you know, you got to stand there and take your lick and dust yourself off and get up and still keep pushing. But it really sucks because we telling them that for life when they become adults. You know what I mean? Like, it really sucks to have to be in this moment when something like he's taking a lick right now. You know what I mean? Like, he has another appeal on February 9th and you hope he goes through. But like, he's taking a lick and like and you know, I hate it, but that's the plight for us. I'm 41 years old and like, you hear these kind of stories all the time. And you hear this kind of stuff all the time. And, you know, my focus with him now is, yeah, we're going to the appeal, but it's like, I don't feel like you're going to go left, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be here for you through this to make sure that you're going to be solid. I really want him to go up and play for Huff because I know that's another solid dude that he'll be with. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of all of this, like, we're going to look back at this and Jada Scant going to be doing something great with his life. And this ain't going to be nothing but a minor speed bump in the way of who he's going to be in life. You know what I mean? Like, when it's for you, it's for you. Regardless, like, they can change the rules, they can take it from you, they can do whatever. But if it's for you to have and you really gonna chase it and go get it, like, it's gonna come for you. So I don't know what it is for him, but I know whatever it is, it'll be successful because he's just too good of a kid, and his character and his solidness as a person is too high at the age of 17. You know what I mean? Like, when you that solid, like, you can't sink below that. You could be non-solid at 17 and become solid, but you can't, you know what I mean? If you solid as a rock as a 17-year-old, like, you're not going to drop below that. Like, you're going to be able to stand out here and look the world in the face and go, what you got to do. So, you know, it's a heartbreaking thing, but that's a story that we have a lot, you know what I mean? And so our thing with the team is, you know, we're gonna honor Jay and just play as hard as we can for him, and hopefully we get him back. But like, at the end of the day, you know, this will be a part of the story of Grovetown.
His journey,
like, with me being there, that some of this stuff happened, and so, like, this will never happen again. You know what I mean? Like, this will never happen again because it happened to me on my watch, and so it'll just never happen again. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care if I check everybody class every single day. Like, it'll never happen again.
Yeah. that was something I hated it for that kid too, because he's such a joy to watch play as well. And you hate that to have a kid to have a senior season. It's almost like they don't take things into consideration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a kid's senior season, and you know, it's a blessing that he got the offer from Huff before that happened.
Yeah.
But you know, watching the way that, and I agree with you. I would love to see, especially watching Huff and the way those guys are playing right now, imagining him with that group that Huff currently has and the group that he has coming in. Would absolutely love to see that. But to that kid having the ability to go through the season and the way that he was playing, Huff wouldn't have been the only person calling at that point.
And I feel like that too. I feel like that. You know, it's only his second year of playing basketball. He grew up playing football like his whole life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was a quarterback, and he kind of sprouted and just started playing basketball. Because you look at his parents, you wouldn't even think he would be 6'7". Like, but his dad's maybe 5'9", 5'10". His mom maybe 5'7". So like, you wouldn't see 6'7" out of that. So he just kind of sprouted up. Like,
That's
last
crazy.
year he played a little bit and he was raw, but like this year, like, he was working and we in the gym and like Zach going between the legs and dunking, and then Jay coming behind, and I'm like, dude, like, you was dunking like Rick Smith's almost last year, and like now, like,
That's crazy.
your athleticism is like through the roof. But it was just a proof of how hard he worked, like on the Vertimax every single day, on the track every day, in the weight room. Like, it's been a rewarding thing to watch him kind of come from where he was, and like wherever he goes, like, his best basketball is ahead of him. Like, he's going to go somewhere, and depending on what level, he could be an all conference, he could be an all-time leading rebounder, or in the top 5, top 10. Like, and then the thing about him is he's going to go hard, and he still has a lot to just get better at with the game, just through reps. You know what I mean? Like, he's literally just really been playing for 2 years, taking it serious for 2 years.
For sure. Great kid, man. He plays unbelievably hard. You know, that was, you know, Huff, you know, hey, I'll offer this kid once it got out that Huff offered, you know, you check in and Huff, hey, man, what you think? I watched him at Lemon Street. I was like, hey, man, any team, I don't know, wherever this kid decides to go, that team is going to get better that day he shows up on campus, because he plays that hard. And he has talent and ability, but we always say playing hard is a skill.
Yeah, it's a super skill. That and self-awareness.
For sure.
Playing hard and self-awareness are major skills that are not developed.
For sure. Man, that's our show tonight. That went quick.
Hey, man.
Time flies, man, when you're having fun.
I got to do this to Huff. Huff, I seen Edward Waters put that lemon pepper on your ass. I went back and watched that game.
20 feet?
Yeah.
Hey, I've been following Huff. Huff got them dudes hooping.
No, they hooping, but I meant to do it on the last show.
They lost at the buzzer last night on a damn double pump crazy shot.
Man,
Against
that's
who?
a hard way to take one.
Allen.
Oh, they play Allen University. Okay.
Sucks, man. Going through it. Huff had me at the game screaming from the daggone bleachers like I was a bad parent. I ain't got nary kid on the team, man. I'm screaming. I'm on the officials and everything. I'm telling you, I gotta watch Huff's game I gotta stick to the YouTube. Coach, I'm trying to make sure we don't let you go without anything else. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on y'all in the region tournament, state tournament.
Yeah,
Next time you in the A, coach, call me.
Man, I'm on it, dog. I'm doing that.
Hit me up.
I already see, dog. I can
Just
already
call me. I'm finna shoot you my number on Twitter right now.
Most definitely. We definitely got to link up, dog.
Yeah.
But I appreciate y'all, man, having me on. And, like, man, you guys just keep doing what y'all doing. I love what y'all doing for the state. I love what y'all doing for just the culture of basketball. Like, you know, you can tell y'all got genuine love for it. It ain't no bias or none of that. Y'all just go with where the good basketball at. So, like, I salute you, brothers, man. And I appreciate you guys having me on.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Coach. Hey, that's our show for tonight. If y'all watching on Twitter, make sure y'all go to YouTube, subscribe to the Love the Game podcast on YouTube, man. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit like on a couple of episodes, man. Hook us up, hit subscribe, turn notifications on so every time we go live, you'll get the episode of the show. Today's Thursday. No shows until Sunday. We got a great week of shows lined up, man. Dave got a great Hoops Hidden Gems podcast lined up. We'll have another great group of shows lined up for you next week. Huff will be back next week. They had a game on Wednesday, so didn't have a podcast this week, but we'll be back next week. We'll be back in the building. So Voorhees Tiger Vision will be back as well. But until then, man, it's the Love of the Game podcast. We out.
All right, cool.